in this room. All men are created equal with certain inalienable rights. But the Negro, and I'm not calling myself a Negro, I know better. The Negro is 3/5 of a man. It takes 3 of them to make a man. And the Negro American is other. So you vote because they allowed you to. The law doesn't say you should because you're not under the 14th Amendment. This lady over here, she grew up in the projects. When I came through the projects in liberal Minnesota, blacks on the east side, whites on the west side, no mixing. Summerfield Park in the middle is what we had to go through. So I need to say this to you today, that you need to understand about us and what we feel. Stripped of everything that you have. You need to know everything you're supposed to know about you. And let me tell you why you're important to me, important to us. You are our mirror of who we're supposed to be and what we're supposed to look like. And when you don't look African, we'll never learn African. The majority of us, 90-some%, have never been back home since our ancestors were brought here in bondage, in slavery. So when we see you, we get an idea of who we are and who we're supposed to be, because the white school system here didn't let us learn nothing about Africa. I live in the United States of America, a nation. They never taught us from the west coast of Africa to the east coast of Africa is the oldest nation in the history of the world, the Sudan nation. They didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us that Africa did first reading and writing. They didn't tell us that. They didn't even teach us that black folks in Africa were the first to count and do mathematics. They didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us in the city of Timbuktu, the first schools and colleges ran by our ancestors, where the finest scholars of Greece and Rome went to learn what African people teaching them. They didn't tell us that. They didn't tell us that the Zulu warriors in 110 years never lost a war. They didn't tell us that Jesus was us. They didn't tell us that Moses was us. And they surely didn't tell us that the Bible is one of the oldest history books about our ancestors. Yes, it was tampered with, but it's our book. And it's about our people. It's about our faith. As the first Hebrews in the world, the first Christians in the world, called Coptic Christians. That's who we are. You look at that book today, it's full of white folks that never had a religion. They had paganism, witchcraft. That's what they had. Atheism. But we had God. We had Jesus. We had the Lord. And we prayed to God every night that one day we'd be free. And we have not stopped praying. But what we lack is what you have. The African still lives in you. You can look in the mirror and see the African. We want to look in the mirror and see the African. We don't want to see the N-word, the colored boy, the spook, the coon. We want to see Africa. So whatever you do, and what I heard in this room tonight when he was asking questions, learn your history, because we're going to have to learn it from you. And it don't matter to me what country over there, it's still ours. It's still ours. Many of you are Christians. Raise your hand if you're a Christian. Anybody? Have any of you opened your Christian Bible and seen on the second or the third or the last page the map of Africa or not? What happened to the picture of Africa in the Holy Bible? It was right there in the second and third page to let you know it was about you. One of the oldest history books about you. There was a brother in Africa, he touched it 33, 36 times. There's a dude in Greek, he touched it. And then the Romans touched it. And all of them put themselves in our book and removed us from knowing this is our people. Jesus was us. And we still love God. And we're holding on. But we can't hold on if you let go. We need to see you, because 99% of African Americans have never had one person in their home ever go back home. 99% of us have never touched the soil where our ancestors were ripped from. Ever. There's a tribe in the north called the Bantu tribe. Those ancestors migrated to South Africa, where they were captured by Spaniards who were brought in bondage to Holy Island, Cameroon. Sold from the Cameroon to a white man in Kentucky named Daniel. who sold my family to a Frenchman in Missouri named Bastille. But that don't tell me my family name. It don't tell me where my tribe is at. We need you to wake us up and help us with that. So when they're talking about your history, pass it around, everybody learn it, because we got to learn it from y'all. We got to learn it from y'all. When I think back of the harm and the damage from taking away our culture, taking away our men from our homes, separating our families, flooding our community with drugs and guns, what have they done to us other than destroy us? The last speeches I made, I said that the KKK, the Ku Klux Klan, killed more of us than any other organization that came together in 1816. Black boys in America have now killed more black boys than the Klan from 1816. The Vietnam War was 5 years long. We were 7% of the front line. Black boys have killed more black boys in the Vietnam War. In 2021, we have killed over 100,000 black boys over nothing. And we're still out there killing one another. Our women are suffering because we don't love them and we don't like them. We call them out in their name, B's and H's. We beat them, we shoot them, and we kill them. We even rob them and steal them, but we don't love them the way we're supposed to love them. Every black person in this room is supposed to know. No white man has ever laid down with a white woman and made a brown skin or a dark skinned baby in the history of this country, in any other country. No white man has made a baby of color. But this woman you don't like can lay down with any one of us and make a snow white baby. That baby's called an albino. It has no pigment and no melanin. You mix that with another African, you come with the shades. But it lets you know the reality of who she is. She's the mother of mankind, called the B and the H. She's the woman in which life first passed through a woman's womb. It was you. But when I get done teaching you, you think it was him, a white Adam and Eve, when it was you. And we need to hold you to a higher standard. That's why our ancestors knew in most tribes, if you had a female daughter, you went outside and raised her to the gods to bless her, because all mankind comes